All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at part 3 of the Inheritance Collection appraisal. So we looked at the first two parts. You could always go back into my video list and check those out. I might actually put appraisals into its own playlist for you guys. So I'll probably end up doing that after this video. So we are, just to kind of recap things with you, we have a pretty good sized collection of what I'd like to call kind of like the mid 2000s era of mail order stuff. Believe it or not, that this individual did mighty okay in. Of course, when we think about mail order or ordering online or ordering on the TV, that, there is a tremendous amount of loss associated with it. But our collector that had left all these to his family ended up just buying all the right stuff. Now, there's a few things that personally I wouldn't buy. All right, we saw those Corvette coins really don't have a lot of value to them. They're just neat novelties. But I would say about probably 90% of the stuff that he has is quite meaningful. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right in to what we have here. Now, this looks something very familiar. I've ended up with a few of these back in the heyday. I actually got these for free. These were actually, I guess, mailed to you. These have one presidential dollar coin that's in an airtight. So it's got the Certificate of Official Asset Greeting Registration, which doesn't really exist, guys. that is a make-believe thing. But man, they surely make it official, that's for sure. I think this is all part of kind of like joining into a some sort of subscription program that's kind of on par to what Littleton does. So they'll sucker you in with this, and then, if you like it, then, you could send back a little card, with your information, and then they'll send you the next batch of stuff. So we ended up with two of those here. All right. And I believe they're the same president, Millard Fillmore. No, John Quincy Adams is on there. And these are both 2008. Can't really tell what the mint mark is on these. Yeah, and they look like Denver's. I wouldn't personally be interested in opening them up just to see. They are worth exactly $1. All right. Next thing we have here, and we're going to take a little bit of care because a lot of these have invoices in them, and the invoices have sensitive information, so we're going to keep that safe. I will show you what the item is and how much was paid for what we have here. So what we have here is a 2007 Presidential Proof Ngc. I swear I've shown you guys this already. I wasn't sure, but I'll show you again. But it's in this nice box here. I believe I showed you this on day one. And ta-da! Actually, I did not show this to you because if I did, there would be coins in here. So the coins are obviously missing. They're probably somewhere within this collection. So we'll take a look at that, as we come across it. We did see some graded presidential coins that were proof 70. But in case you guys are wondering, this is for a set of 4, it looks like. So for a set of 4 NGC proof 70s, $229.95. I mean, you really have to be in love with the presidential series of coins to pay that kind of money. Now, of course, if you're gonna buy any graded examples of them, I mean, proof 70 or mid-state 70 is definitely the way to go. You can't really go wrong there. But at all costs, you want to try and avoid that. Those things generally won't have too good of a secondary market value because they're just not really widely collected. They're just like some of the commemorative coins out there that we try and avoid. All right, so we have here $10 and half dollars. I believe these are 90% silvers. So I guess they were in a XF AU Walkers. All right, so this is another roll of sorts of Walking Liberties. We had seen another one prior to this that actually was in its own little tube. So we'll go ahead and take a look at these here. These actually look a lot better than the ones that we saw before. But getting a little bit close here, you guys can see a little bit better. Now, I am gonna, kind of go on a limb and say that some of these appear to have been polished, but it was a very common practice as recently as 15, 20, 30 years ago, to kind of pump up the actual presentation here. But this is a 1944. We'll kind of go through these a little bit quicker. So I grabbed a number of them. Yeah, these have barely any mid-state luster on them. They are quite polished. There's a 42D, 42P, 41D, and a 41P. All right, yeah. Kind of a bummer that these have been cleaned. Probably not by the owner, but the TV hucksters and those companies, they're notorious for cleaning these things, and it basically robs all of the value from the coins. Just if you think that polishing these and cleaning them because the toning doesn't look too attractive on them will actually do more harm than good. So a little pro tip to you folks out there that have these or have come across them: do not clean them at all. Originality counts for something in the hobby, but you can see right here, unfortunately, every single coin of this roll right here has been cleaned. So this one right here actually has some mint luster that I would say looks a whole lot better than all the other ones. And we have a 1945, looks to be Denver. That's a Denver mint right there. The mint mark's right there, right where my thumbnail is. But yeah, that's probably the best looking coin. You can actually see a cartwheel luster in the thing. So I'm going to put this aside because I'm going to look for a tube to put this in, as opposed to putting it back into this bubble mailer or bubble wrap or whatever this is here. So that's what we have there. That is a roll of Walking Liberty half dollars. There, one clean bunch. And if you're going to blame anybody, blame these fellas. NBC. Shop NBC. You can buy coins all the time there. But yeah, this is what we're looking at. So one roll, Walking Liberty half dollars, extremely fine to uncirculated condition. I would say that there wasn't any unk in there. I would say that last coin we looked at, the 45D, was probably AU at best. Considering that maybe it's been cleaned a little bit. I must just assume that all the coins have been cleaned, but that's how much he had paid back in the day. That is a little bit more of a premium based wholly on condition, so that was probably a lot that me personally I would have sent back to NBC, because obviously maybe NBC is a little bit better than doing the news than they are trying to sell coins. All right, so we're done with that one there. What do we have here? Oh man, I remember these things. Oh, I totally forgot that these companies used to colorize Silver Eagles and sell them. Oh my goodness, what a shame. Yeah, coin dealers hate these things. It's not so, I don't think it's painted on with like a brush, but it's silk screened on there. So there's an actual machine that prints the media right on the coin. But This is a 1999. Kind of jazz it up, give it kind of that Norman Rockefeller feel, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's some sort of like a enamel overlay that's been applied on there. That can be construed as damaged at that point because it's kind of hard to get this stuff off of here. But yeah, that's a colorized 99 Silver Eagle there. I think it's worth round melt. So, I don't know. Considering that, and we have a few of them coming up, good looking BU Silver Eagles are currently trading for around $36 to $38 right now for just any date, short of the 96 because that's a key. I would say this one's probably $25. All right, so we got that one there. Historic coins of the United States. Interesting. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. So this guy right here actually has a certificate. A contract of guarantee. Man, they're just fancy, huh? All right, we guarantee that this Walking Liberty half dollar is in uncirculated condition, original, and authentic in every respect. This ironclad guarantee is good for the life of the product. Any alterations, damage, or changes to this coin makes this guarantee null and void. Okay, so this thing better be a Gemmy Luster bomb. So we're going to be looking for a Walking Liberty half dollar. Okay, which we got none of them printed on the back there. Stephen J. Klimek, President Collectors Alliance, Inc. I doubt they're still in business, so that guarantee means absolute jack shit. Pardon my French. Yeah, this is pretty decent. This is what the coin looks like. Not a top shelf kind of mid-state grade, probably more like a mid-state 62. Still has decent cartwheels. Yeah, I'm not going to try, but yeah, pretty decent looking, presentation there. United States of America, Walking Liberty half dollar, 1916 to 1947. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. All right. So, we'll figure out the value on that. It's not going to be a ton. Methinks it'll be right around, I don't know, $40 maybe. But here's what was paid for this. So Home Shopping Network is where this one was bought at. They're $49.95 with shipping and handling, sales tax, $60 out the door, paid with a credit card. Walking Liberty half dollar. All right, and it seems like it's just whatever generic date they give you. So yeah, our old friend did not do so well on this particular purchase, but I think this is the least of my worries personally. A $10 loss or whatever it is on this one, I think is just okay. All right, so we got more spicy stuff coming up here. Again, I just grabbed another batch of items from the large bin. This one has a little neat felt bag, and right now we have here. What do we have? We have a set of 2, ladies and gentlemen. Mercury dimes, AU, BU. All right. So the coin on the left, which is a 44S, looks to be an AU coin. All right. You can see some of the fine hairlines indicating that it does exhibit some sort of high point wear on the coin. This one I would say is probably AU as well. I'm not going to go out and say that these are like, borderline. I firmly believe these are about uncirculated. So I'm not going to sugarcoat things there. Let's go ahead and check out how much he had paid for these items. And this is, I believe, CSN as well, Coin Shopping Network. Lot of 2, Mercury dimes, AU, BU, $10 a piece. So we're looking at $20, and then this is what gets you, man, the shipping. That adds so much unnecessary expense to a lot like this. So, yeah, I would say $10 is probably over generous for the valuation on this one, but we'll go with that. $10. It's close. I was thinking more along the line of $7, $8 for each one of those, because you know, you could go to a coin shop, search through some bulk kind of like junky silver, and still find coins like that for near close to melt. So, you know, unless you needed one for like a typeset or something to that effect, you know, you're not gonna, you know, spend a lot of money for it. All right, so we're gonna encounter a few pretty neat items here. So we have a 1921. I kind of changed the lighting. It was just way too reflective on stuff. But 1921 Morgan dollar. This is kind of like your basic average grade of Mint State 63, graded by NGC in this soap bar holder here. Yeah, this is your current $80 coin right here in this grade. All right, these things have gone up quite a bit in the last, I would say 2 years. You know, it used to be you could get these things for right around $50, $55, but because of the demand for original coinage, you know, these began to spike when everybody was buying them out. So Mint State 62, 63 coins are up there, that's for sure. So it seems to be that we've redeemed ourselves on this one. So there you go, $40 is what we're looking at, and then shipping $47.50 out the door. So yeah, this is a $35 profit on this coin, which is good news. We like profit. We like profit. Yeah, Mint State 64, the price jumps up about $40. You're talking about maybe $115, $125 coin. All right, so we got a few proof sets here. So let's see if we could find one of the elusive deep cameo coins. There you go. We're going to start it off with a 1959, and I believe there's a couple of them here, 2 or 3, and they're all from the 50s. Deep cameo coins from the 50s are incredibly valuable, especially graded. So let's see what we have here. So anything with any sort of cameo frost will be a really good candidate for grading. So you can tell this 59 Lincoln doesn't have any frost on it. It's about as all flat, you know, as far as the overall appearance. It's just all mirrored out. Same with the dime, 59 dime, the nickel, the quarter, and the Franklin half dollar are all just basic. All right, we got no frosty luster, except maybe the quarter has just maybe a little bit right on the eagle's breast there, but it's not enough to designate a cameo on there. But there you go. These things have jumped up in price as well. I think these are now currently hovering around $35. If you're looking to pick up just a proof set from the 50s or any date for that matter before 1965, because they're still going to have 90% silver in them. All right, let's see how much he purchased these ones for. Ooh, okay. All right. Well, 59 proof set sealed, $59. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot of money for that. All right, and this is exactly kind of like the, you know, this is par for the course for a lot of those mail order things. And we're talking 2006 and 2007, guys, before the market blew up during the recession period, which was like 2010 and 2011. Silver got up to $63 an ounce. This is a huge stiff premium for a proof set that was sold in 2007. Maybe there might be a little bit of inflation involved because, you know, the housing market, homes were inflated, gas was up there too, along with other things. So this might be a play on the actual inflationary market that was going on during that time, you know, before the recession and the crash happened. So $59 is not that good for this one. I would just assume that that's how much he had paid for each one of the proof sets that we are about to look at. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in on this video. Again, you guys have shared with me that you like these type of videos, where where I evaluate things like this. And the good news is this is something that maybe you guys can do as well. It's always good to know what you're doing before you go out to a coin shop or somewhere to sell the coins. You want to know your values. So we have here in 1957, all right, another, at the time, very, very plentiful date of proof set. And just giving a quick little rundown of all the coins, there is no cameo frosting on any of these. So, yeah, we just have just another regular proof set. Again, par for the course. It's probably about 99% of all the proof sets produced each year during the 50s. That they all kind of looked at like this flat and mirrory kind of look. Even the devices are all mirrored out, and that's about the extent of it. Some people like the look of it. Me personally, I like the look of the freshly prepped dies with the sandblasted devices that translate into cameo frost on the coins. So, that's just me. That's my preference. And but there you go. And without showing you guys the invoice, let's see how much he paid for this one. I'm going to just say it's probably $59. Yep, $59. All right, so I'll save you guys that there. Yeah, I'm not going to evaluate these proof sets off of $59. But I'm going to do the real world value of what they are today. That's only right, You got to be correct about that. All right, and we have one more $59 proof set. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. This is a 58. So we looked at 57, we looked at 59, and then finally we're going to finish off the trifecta here. Oh, are you kidding me? This is still sealed. See that? Still sealed. What do you think? Should I open this? No. Oh, wow. Okay. Huh. So, yeah, you're never going to believe this here. Okay. Oh, I was like, I'm not showing you guys the invoice. Look, this was sold as an unopened 58 proof set, $129. Okay, I'll be absolutely honest. I haven't personally checked because we're just kind of, shooting from the hip and just going through these. I'm not necessarily disagreeing that this is the market price for an unopened proof set from the 50s. I just don't know, because there is a pretty big premium to pay for proof sets that are genuinely sealed. This one looks sealed and untampered with. It has just the right amount of space and give on each side of this flap here. And then these flaps haven't been played around with. You could tell I've handled a number of them that have been resealed. But this one looks, right as rain, If someone ordered a whole bunch of these, they'd come in a box and they're all stacked in there. So, yeah, that's interesting. Interesting. I'm just going to leave that one sealed because there's more value to a proof set that's sealed as opposed to one, because I could open it, but I'd be taking a huge gamble trying to find a cameo coin, and it wouldn't be right. All right, because what if I didn't find one? That would just make this set worth a lot less. It would be worth back to $35. All right, so we're down to our last few items here. They're all Silver Eagles, and they're all quite nice. So we have a 1993 Silver Eagle, a little bit tougher date. Unfortunately, this is not a 70 because this would end up being like a $2,500 coin. That's how popular Silver Eagles have been over the course of the last 5 years, collectability-wise. People want to hunt those mid-state 70s, especially if it's PCGS graded. They just, they put those things on a serious pedestal. But this one right here was purchased on Coin Country for $39, which that's fine. With shipping, he was at $46.50. I believe this coin right here is 45, 50 bucks. So it's a wash. You know, mid-state 69s aren't the most attractive grades because, you know, people expect the 70s, and that's where a lot of the desirability is for those. Okay, and then we have a few of them here in these airtight lenses. We have a 1988, very nice. Hard to say if that'll grade to 70. I don't think so. All right. Man, I'm trying to figure out what is necessary for these earlier dates of Silver Eagles. And someone had told me years ago who specialized in these things. I think he had a few proofs, mid-state 70s rather, from the 80s that he paid a lot of money for, and then one that he actually graded himself that came back as a 70, and he was talking up, you know, all this stuff about, you know, there's a certain area on the coin where it's very susceptible for little nicks, even though these things were babied at the mint. So there you go. I don't know what the premiums are on these because I know coins prior to the year 2000 hold a little bit more value. All right, I'd have to say it's somewhere in that $40 to $50 range. Again, the 96 is a different story because that's kind of like the key date of the whole thing. So we have that one there. We got two more here. The last one I'm going to show you has toning on it, so we'll leave that one for last. This one right here has an invoice, and it's a 1990. There you go. It's a 1990 there for you. Good looking coin. All right. So, you know, if that's a milk spot, that would certainly affect the grade. I don't know if that's a spot right there on the coin or on the lens. Right there. You guys see that next to the stars. You know, it's the little things like that graders look at, and kind of like the milky white, you know, splotches and stains on there as well. They dock coins, you know, grade wise. This one right here, not too bad. I think I've shown you guys a invoice for a Silver Eagle from this era. There you go, 1990 BU in plastic flip, $24.95 with shipping, $34.90. All right, so I'm almost pretty much sure that there's a little bit of money, a little bit of enhancement of the actual value of this particular coin because of the date. All right, finally, the one that I've been waiting to look for. I haven't opened this one, but this one appears to have some sort of toning on it, and I'm ultra critical about natural toning on Silver Eagles. A lot of people have, artificially toned Silver Eagles, and I can't even believe some of them have actually cross and straight graded through some of the third-party graders. But I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and this one definitely has some toning on it. Let me replace the flip in this one. All right, so you gotta be careful. It's got the staples. So what I do is I pull away, and the staple is gonna be sitting on one side, right? So when it's like this, you could always pull out the staple, like so. All right, so this one has two staples. We're gonna go ahead and split the other side, make sure the staple ends make no contact with the coin. That's where you have that unsightly staple drag scratches. I've talked about those. As a matter of fact, it's probably been about 8-9 years since I talked about staple drag. Okay, so this one, toning wise, is quite interesting. 1987. Wow. Okay. Huh. Even toned right in the reeds too, on the edge of the coin, and then the toning goes to the back. Okay. Quite interesting, huh? I wonder how that came to be honest with you. It's not the most attractive kind of like patterning of toning on the coin, but wow, a coin sitting in my hand with this kind of toning is a little bit surreal, I'll be honest with you. So yeah, this one I might have to do a little bit more research on. I might even elect and offer to grade this one, maybe through NGC. So I'll talk to the family about getting that one graded, because obviously the toning is attractive enough, and it looks to be the right color progression. You have the beginning stages of the yellow and the gold, and it goes into kind of like that russet brown, and then the magentas, and that's exactly what I see here. There's nothing that's indicating that this is artificially done, because why would you just do these two spots? You know, obviously the coin was sitting close to something for a long time, and then a combination of heat and other elements all contributed to what you're seeing here on this coin. And it's an older date, so that makes me feel a little bit better. If it was like on a 2005 or 2010, then I would be a lot more weary about the origin of the toning of that particular coin. But wow, man, wow, not what I expected to find in here. Friggin' toned Silver Eagle. I happen to know that these things, even graded like mint state 68 or 69 with just a little bit of coloring, have sold for like $500, $1,000, couple $1,000. That's kind of how deep the Silver Eagle pool of collectors and the toning market is. They're both very receptive to things like this. So I'm going to do a little bit more research on this. That might be a little bit of a hidden gem. I don't know. Or it might just be a coin that's worth $40. So we'll see. But that concludes part 3. Wow, we saw some pretty neat stuff, guys. I want to thank you guys for joining in on this video. I'm your host, Sean, with BlueRidgeSilverhound. We got a few more of these lots to look at before we go ahead and do the final evaluation and the appraisal service for our client. But you guys have a wonderful evening. Thanks again, and I will see you guys on the next coin video. So long.